Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 22nd, 2017, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, we're starting out at 3:30 South African time. UK autumn forecast numbers coming out. And that's basically a forecast of all the expenditures and what they're expecting financially this coming up year. And it's an important number, so you got to keep an eye on that, and surely will affect the GBP. So we'll take a look at that later. Just as a side note, tomorrow is a national holiday in the United States. It's called Thanksgiving. It's a major holiday, and most of the commodities and some of the indices will be affected as a result. So just keep that in mind. Friday we're back, okay, but it's a shorter trading session. Just keep an eye on that as well. So we may just be a little bit flatline as we'll look at some of the markets and see how that's affected so far. So at 4:30 South African time, some US numbers coming out. It's still early morning there. So it's core durable goods orders coming out, and that's a weekly number. Weekly unemployment numbers was bumped up to today instead of tomorrow because of the national holiday. And then at 6:30 South African time, we have weekly oil inventories coming up. Very volatile in the oil. We'll take a look at that as well. And then at 10 o'clock South African time, that's Eastern time, United States, we have FOMC meeting minutes as just a follow-up to the last FOMC meeting. So that should be kind of interesting how they end off right before the national holiday. So let's look at the markets of what's been happening this past week. We're looking here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, we've been in a 35 pip range the whole week. It's really been very, very low volume, okay, as you can see right here. It's been very tight and not much going on possibly because of the national holiday tomorrow coming up in the United States. Now next week we will see a little bit, I believe, a little bit more volatility as the markets, regain themselves after the holiday. But we're at the top of this middle range here. Scalping could be a good opportunity on Friday as well. But looking at the GBP USD with the major number coming out, we're above this 132.29-ish level. We're trading at 132.56-ish. The question is that will this be propelling the GBP further up to 133? I'd like to see that. We've gotten a little bit stronger, and we're setting this nice channel up, as you can see here. There you go. Okay, that's a nice channel up. And the momentum is still up. So, I'd like to see this, really follow through today. And let's see if we get that follow through. Looking at the USD ZAR correctional move, we're just trading below 114 here. We're looking here at 1398. Okay, that's a major retracement. Okay, the 14, don't discount the 14 as we've breached it. We're trading just below it. So we may come back down to 1382-ish level and maybe 1363-ish level as well as this does weaken. Although it does look, like it's holding this neckline, I'd like to see, for it to really hold unless it does falter. And if it does falter, you could definitely, take some shorts on the downside, anticipating that it'll go down to 1363. Looking at the Aussie USD, we finally got that bounce yesterday. Okay, we've been very weak on the Aussie dollar and a rate decision earlier this week, and just propelling it a little bit above 74.50-ish level. Okay, we're at 75.70-ish right now, but finally getting that bump. Okay, and that's really been long in coming, as this thing is really, depreciated since its nice rally previously a few months ago. Okay, since the middle of the summer, we had this really nice rally, and we're just consolidating right back. So it could be that it's becoming a little bit more cyclical as things are ramping up over there. Looking at gold, gold's been in a seesaw this week. Okay, like as you can see, we've been trading between these two levels, 1270 and 1293. We're right now at 1282. Kind of hard to pick a side when you're right in the middle, lower probability trade. Let's see if it does rally into the weekend 1289, 1280-ish level. And if we do get that rally, maybe it'll be another good short. But for right now, you don't want to you want to keep your money on the sidelines until you see some sort of, directional move in the gold. Looking at oil, all-time highs. Okay, this is a 2-year high. This is in a very important moment for oil, as you can see on the daily chart. We'll even go to the weekly chart to see that. Okay, when we mentioned this, if it does break 55 and does hold it, we could anticipate that it goes up higher. And sure enough, if we look at the 4-hour chart, it did hold that $55 range. Okay, now That's really important, and I'd like to really, highlight this because most traders on the system are not setting up alerts to let them know when a specific symbol is retracing, holding the line, and get the opportunity to actually buy it. This was really a layup, okay, in all intents and purposes, because it held the line and bounce even higher. So we'd like to see this even go up higher, okay, I mean, as a consumer, I don't like to see this go up higher, but as a trader, I'd like to see this close up this 61.20, and we do break that, okay, on the upside, we could definitely go back to $70 a barrel, okay? So keep this in mind, and let's see how this actually unfolds further today. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're back to our all-time highs, 23,576. And like I said, going into the holiday weekend, we're very bullish, okay? And sure enough, we got our bull, okay? I'd like to see this continue. And, Friday might be an excellent day for trading the Dow Jones as, the markets, people are off, people are trading from home. And it's really a common theme that the day after Thanksgiving, people are actually buying the markets and the markets go higher. So keep an eye on that this Friday when we do trade. Looking at the DAX, we finally got our rally, okay, above 13,000. Okay, we dipped below it, made a double bottom here, as you can see, at 12,859, and then came right back. Now, this is something of note because this has really been playing catch up to the Dow Jones. I'd like to see this really hold the line, okay, and continue this nice rally. If the Dow Jones makes newer highs, we could definitely see this catching up further. Looking at the JSC, also really flirting with its all-time highs, 55,396. Okay, guys, this is like colossal. This is historic. If we look at the past 7 years, okay, from 2010, even let's go back to 2008. I want to be in this. Okay, I want to be trading the JSC. I definitely want to be bullish on the JSC. This is awesome. Okay, look at these massive candles relative to the previous times that we've had it. Okay, so things are doing well in South Africa. Okay, might not translate to every day, and in the miners and so on and so forth, but the economy is doing well. Okay, so keep an eye on this as this unfolds further today. Buy the pullbacks. Try not to chase. Keep a tight stop loss to it in case it does reverse itself. This is Fred Razak. Want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.